This is Heather Widener for the Ice Resin Creative Design Team. Today I'm here to share with you a new project that celebrates the transition of the seasons. In this case, we're going to say goodbye to winter and hello to spring. The materials that we need for this project include an Art Mechanique mixed metal hobnail bezel. I used a rectangular shape. Obviously you can use whatever you'd like. We are going to use some ice resin. We'll need a mixing cup and stir stick. We're going to use the Art Mechanique iced enamels medium as well as the paper sealer. We will use 2 of the iced enamels relic powders, one in turquoise and one in ivory. For this project, I actually mixed them together in equal proportions. I also used the iced enamels shattered opal inclusions. We need a piece of laminating film, assorted colors of cardstock in whatever colors you choose. We will use a disposable brush, a fine tip permanent marker, and you'll need a small pair of scissors. Let's get started. So I've already got the first 2 layers of the cardstock in my bezel, and I also have a thin layer of resin on top and then a thicker layer of resin on top to build dimension. Next, we're going to add the cardstock trees that we've decorated with the shattered opal inclusions, and you're just going to put those on top of that thicker layer of resin and then gently press them down and let them set up so that they form the next layer in the bezel, building more dimension. Once we've completed that, we need to make the layer for the flower border, which we're going to build on a piece of laminating film that's been cut to fit the inside of the bezel. I am just using the iced enamels Art Mechanique paper sealer as an adhesive, which I'm just painting on to the laminating film and then adhering the cardstock flowers that I had made and already sealed on both sides with the paper sealer to protect them from absorbing any resin. Basically, you're just sticking those on and positioning them however you like to make your border. And then once you've got everything where you want it, you can just set it aside and let it dry. Now that we have the border piece drying and getting ready to go, we're going to add some resin on top of the tree layer, which is going to basically act as the glue for the flower border layer. So we just want to make sure that everything is in place and well covered with just the right amount of resin, and then just let that set up for a few minutes longer. Now that the resin is ready, we're going to place our flower border layer. The big things to keep in mind here are just to position it as you want it and to make sure that it's gently secured to the resin layer. And then also to make note if you have any large gas bubbles, air bubbles, that have formed underneath that layer of plastic and have gotten stuck there. You can use the end of your disposable paintbrush to gently nudge and encourage those air bubbles toward the edge of the bezel where they will release with your assistance, and then you won't be left with any large air bubbles, underneath your plastic and visible in the finished bezel. The next thing to do is simply paint a layer of resin on top of the flower border layer, which will provide the base onto which you can do your final layers for doming. You can add as many layers of resin into your bezel as you like to get the size and height of the dome that you prefer. I prefer a very high dome. And then when you're done, you can turn it into a piece of beautiful finished jewelry. So thanks for stopping by today, and I hope you enjoyed this project. For lots of other great ice resin project ideas, you can go over to iceresin.com and check out the blog there. And then also for more information about my work, you can find me at gemfabulous.com and HUWBijoux.com. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day.